Man, who the fuck you think I am, man?
I don't know. You Kyle Glenn, yo.
Man, who the fuck you think I am, man?
Kyle Glenn, man. Kyle Glenn. Who is Kyle Glenn? You.
You know, this shit, of course it sounds good, man. It's me.
Shit sound like I'm in motherfucking studio. Like I gotta put up a record.
We can get on a record. You want to get on a record right now?
Nobody wants to hear that.
Can you sing? Can you sing?
Hell no. Hell no.
You weren't gifted a voice.
Yo, if there was a legit talent that I wish I had, it would be singing and playing a piano.
Ooh, okay. Singing and playing the piano. You want to be a John Legend?
I'm trying not to get in trouble ever. Just as soon as trouble comes, y'all got a piano?
You
just start playing. Get out of all troubles.
To get out of all troubles.
All troubles.
Facts.
Mm-hmm.
You can just
sing my way out.
Sing the way out, yeah.
Pulled over by the police. I'm sorry. Like you don't know me?
And I swear.
There you go. See?
By the moon and the stars.
See, they've been sleeping on white boys singing for a while. Last person they had was Justin Bieber.
Hey, you know what? I was at the VMAs on Tuesday night.
I saw. Rich.
Yeah. Yeah,
Rich.
Right.
Rich.
Yeah.
Don't let this shit fool you.
Yeah. Totally. I mean, look at the apartment. You know what I mean?
That's how you stay rich.
Nah, but what? Yeah, exactly. No. The reason I was going to that was because JT, Justin Timberlake, and NSYNC, I think, are making a comeback. My guy.
Yeah, everybody keeps saying that.
Yup. That's because they showed up at the VMAs. It's a PR stunt. It's like they're trying to put everybody on, let them know that they're gonna, it's kind of like the beginning of that thing.
Yeah.
But god dang, man, it's good to see you.
Same, man. It's been a minute. I mean, we caught up earlier in the week, which was dope, and then but prior to that, I hadn't seen you in person, for over 5 years.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah,
for sure. You just ditched me as a friend. Like, never wanted to you're ignoring my texts. Like, I was trying to send letters to you. You weren't answering those. I called your mom, your dad. I even came up to Westchester. You didn't even fucking want to answer the door.
So it was effective.
Yeah.
Great. My tactics work.
Big breakup life between you and I. Oh my God. No, it's good to see you, kid. Like, when I ran into you the other day, it wasn't even, I don't know why it wasn't even I wasn't even thinking of it.
Mm-hmm.
But, I had reached out to you a couple days earlier about coming on the freaking podcast, and I just happened to go down to the World Trade Center with my sister who was visiting, and she wanted to see the whole museum and everything like that on September 11th.
Yeah.
And we're in there, and she's charging her phone at the Apple store. We come out, I'm doing some work in there. I walk outside, and all of a sudden I see 24 New York, and I'm like, yo! Like, just hadn't registered in my head.
That's how it happens for a lot of people. Like, they just look up, and they're like, oh, it's here.
Crazy.
And you're in there, too. Like, like people think, like, I'm not there. I'm like, no, I am there every day, all day. Trust me, I am there.
Yeah.
But nah, it was super dope. Like, when you walked in and you had talked to the girl at the front, and I looked on the camera and I was like, I'm not here. Tell him I'm not here.
Yo. She was like, yeah, I think he's here. I think he's here. Right when I asked.
Girl can't hold no water. Girl can't hold no water. I'll give her a look some days. I'm like, don't tell her I'm the owner. Her. The owner's right there. Girl, I just said, I gave you the look. I gave you the look. Oh, he's right there. Now I got to deal with these people I don't feel like dealing with.
Oh, God, yeah.
Yeah, man.
Yo, that's yeah. Have to just send the email. Just have them send the email or
That's
something.
all.
You know
But
what
that's the thing. Like I tell them, look, when we first opened, right? And we'll give context in a second.
Yeah.
But like when we first opened, I used to be on the high about being an owner, right? That high fizzled away very fast, like within a month or two.
Yeah.
And then I started to understand that I don't want that type of attention. And the only reason I don't want that type of attention is because I don't know the person. And I don't know the reason why they need to know why I'm the owner.
Yeah, right.
I'm just a manager.
Yeah.
I'm just a manager. I'll make sure that whatever it is you need, it'll get to the right people, right? But at least then I can kind of preface like what's going on. And if I feel like it's a situation I can, let someone know who I am, or I'm just like, nah, I'm good.
Of course, bro. You don't want everybody like knowing your business like that. I mean, they can figure it out in other ways,
Yeah.
And I can feel you on that, because like I feel like you kind of got like a guard up in terms of why people want to like ask you these questions, like what's their real intentions behind that, and I understand that completely, especially in the in the industry that I work in, and you see it from people that are becoming successful or whatever they're doing. It's a thing. It's like what's like you got some snakes in the grass type of situation, right?
That, and then half the time people just want a job, and I'm just like, no, like,
yeah.
Hey, are you the owner? Just a manager, and I can just kill it right there. Oh, okay. Like, yeah, get out, please. I don't need you here at all.
Yeah.
But then you find those few, like, you find those what's the term? Those diamonds in the rough.
Yeah.
That come in, and you're like, oh wait, let me talk to you for a second. And then before you know it, you actually might meet somebody that works. But at least I'm able to gauge it first. And if you start saying the right things, okay, you've unlocked the door. All right, cool, let's talk.
Yeah.
Not just rolling up, just being like, yo, y'all hiring? No, I don't know. I'm just a manager.
Yeah, you want to keep that. You want to keep that culture, that vibe, that energy. Like I feel like you're a big energy guy, and you're kind of like me in that regards. At least I feel that way with you, and I feel like that's kind of why we've always like vibed. Like you and I just kind of like get each other. You and I have like never said too much to each other. Never said too little. Like I feel like we always kind of like just say the right things. Like we don't really need to say much more. And like I could tell, like when I came into the store, that's especially like when people started interacting with you and stuff like that. I could tell you kind of felt that way. So.
Yeah, man. I'm always about really gauging a person off of the energy that they give off.
Yeah.
You don't always got to say the right thing, because you can say the right thing, but there's something off with it.
Yeah.
Right? Like you can say everything right, but it don't feel like it's genuine.
Yeah, completely.
Right? It's like you're just saying the right shit, but it's not like it's coming from a solid place. And so when I sense that, I'm just going to give you everything that's just deflecting everything. Nope. I don't know.
You do that.
Like,
bad,
nah, I don't
bro.
know. Nah, man, I don't know, man. That's crazy.
You do. You're hilarious. And I see that happen. Like, even just in that, even in the short time that I was over there, I saw that. Dude, that's hilarious, bro.
It's just easy deflections, and it's nothing is rude. It's just I know whatever it is that you're doing, it's I ain't with that type of time.
Yeah. Yeah, where's it where can you get that from? Like where did that come from for you?
I think it was I'm gonna be real with you. It was the same industry, right? It was the modeling shit.
Yeah. Yup.
It was the modeling shit. It was years and years of showing up in front of these casting directors, these photographers, in front of other models and all these things, and you're trying to be a version of yourself that you may not actually be, number one. And then second, you're constantly getting told bullshit to hopefully leave you with just like a little bit of excitement, right?
Oh yeah.
And we would live on those little bits of excitement, right? Leaving a cast and feeling like, yo, I think this is it. Like, and then one day goes by, 2 days go by, 3 days go by. Hey, did you guys hear anything? You emailing agents and shit. Like it was just always seeing that, and then being in it for so long, you start being able to weed out people real fast.
Mm-hmm.
But it also gives you a real thick skin.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, I can totally. Oh shoot, I can totally agree. I don't know if my mic just cut out there, if it's my headphones or not, but you can still hear me. Okay, cool. But yeah, man, I get that, and I've kind of grown in that way as well, especially over the last like 2-3 years through COVID and everything like that, for sure. It's just about protecting your energy and protecting like your self-worth. Really, at the end of the day, it comes down to your worth too, man. Like in building your character, for sure.
Yeah, like I've been following Stoicism. So.
Oh, is that why you're so like fucking calm now these days?
Yeah.
Yo, I was gonna bring this up because I know you're not calm like that. I'm sick of this calmness, man.
Yeah, it's the Stoicism, man. Like, I think
there we go.
Now you're good.
Yeah.
So I did an interview with this guy named Eduardo Whittington. He runs a dope cannabis brand called Lobos, right? And he followed this thing called Stoicism, and I had never heard of it before. Yeah. But it comes from Maximus Aurelius, right? And it's really about protecting your energy, controlling your emotions, and knowing how to decipher things immediately and not let it do anything here, right? So it's like really diving into understanding that. Yeah. Because I'm dealing with people all day long. I'm dealing with people who want to talk shit and want to get mad and want to do this, want to do that. Dealing with people trying to like steal, like all this kind of stuff.
Yeah.
And the moment that you are able to really control your emotions, it does a lot.
Oh my God,
bro. It does a lot.
Bro, you want to talk about that in the fucking nightlife industry?
Yeah.
Shit. Did you ever work in restaurants or anything like that?
Dude, I was a promoter. For a while.
Oh, word.
I was a promoter before I met you. So I was a promoter here from when I graduated college. I graduated college 2011. So I started promoting around 2013. Went to South Africa for 2014. Came back, started doing it again. So I was a promoter for a little while.
Got you.
And yeah, even then you got dudes trying shit. And this is like when it was Greenhouse Avenue, One Oak, like dudes is trying to like always talk to the girls, and then the girls is trying to do this, and then you dating one chick, and then another one's over here, and then they fighting. There was no controlling emotions. There was absolutely no controlling emotions at all. It was wild out immediately, go. Yeah. But when you look back on how you were, and then you evolve over the years, you can look back and be like, yeah, Stoicism wouldn't have worked back then in the day. No. No.
Yeah, you were leading Stoicism Stoicism circles in fucking Avenue, weren't you?
I was trying to hold. I was trying to be. I was
around the bottles. You guys were like this.
I always tried to be the non-drunk promoter. That's who I was always trying to be.
Yeah.
Like I have my drinks and shit.
Yeah.
But it was never like I was like, yo, we having a great time, right? No, we're not.
No, not really. The club's not full. Also, they're giving us a shitty bottle of vodka. Could you get a better bottle of vodka, please?
But wait, you did. you always did. I mean, we both catered at one point in time.
Oh yeah.
But you also were more like a bartender, right?
Oh yeah, I bartended for 7 years. I've been bartending since I was like 21.
I feel like that's an entirely different beast.
Oh yeah,
that's an entirely different beast because you're the curator of how a person's nights goes.
Oh yes,
you know what I'm saying?
For sure. Oh yeah, man. There's many long nights filled with a lot of. I mean, bro, it's a tough business, and I've seen tons of bartenders with fucking drug problems and. I've seen bartenders fighting people. I've seen bartenders going crazy over all the shit because like you're dealing with it so many people, bro.
It's stressful.
It's impossible.
It's stressful, and on top of that, you're your hours are not normal. You're nocturnal as fuck. It's like you go in at 9, maybe 8.
Yeah.
Depending on the place.
Yeah, yeah.
And then let's say you're a restaurant, so you're probably out by 2.
Mm-hmm.
But if you're doing club, bar, anything like that, you rolling in at 8 to set up.
Yeah.
And then you're there till 4.
Yep.
Wait to get cashed out 5.
Yep.
Fuck around maybe till 6.
Yep.
Then maybe find some place to eat within that. You coming home fucking 8 o'clock in the morning.
Yep.
And then try to rest up the next 9 hours to get back out there, and then still try to fit shit in throughout the day.
Yep. Yep.
Yeah, I was never the bartender type. I'm like, nah, man, this shit's crazy.
Yeah, bro. For the first for the first 5 years, from 2016, the beginning of 2016 until 2020, I was hitting that shit hard while hitting all my castings, while working out on fucking 3.5 hours of sleep, and keeping my body down, and doing all kinds of crazy shit. Yeah, that shit was not easy, man. But I love the lifestyle, and that's kind of how the whole podcast started in general. Having one too many obviously being the theme, but and starting kind of as a nightlife service industry type of situation. But if I didn't have sports in my life, from a really young age, and the way that I've been able to, deal with the emotion and physical stress and all that kind of shit through, and obviously mental pressure and stuff like that, and what's the other, and discipline,
yeah,
through sports. I think I'd be a much different person as a bartender.
But check it though, your sport of choice is not the normal sport of choice.
Yeah, that's true.
And I'm going to tell you how good I know this.
Okay.
Volleyball.
Yeah.
You don't see volleyball as this super hyper stressful thing.
Right.
To the general public. Right. It seems like this cool shit that you do in the summertime, and it's chill, and everybody's in shape, and
yeah.
Volleyball is hard.
Volleyball's mad hard.
I remember I played one time, and I was like, this net ain't this damn high on purpose, is it? Net 9 feet in the air. Why?
Why?
Why? This ain't no basketball hoop. Why is it up there?
Yeah.
But that type of, that sport is a different type of discipline, because I feel, at least, when you're doing doubles, you're always relying on somebody. You always have a job.
Right.
You're constantly having to be aware of your surrounding. And if you drop the ball, in a sense, quote unquote, that could lead to something even worse, because your partner has to pick up for you, then you have to pick up for what you fucked up on. It's an entirely different thing, man.
Yeah.
So I think that discipline and that help that you have to do when you play volleyball is something that people don't really think about.
Yeah, but you know what also really helped, and this is actually a sport that you and I had in common, was track.
Oh yeah.
Being on that fucking track alone.
Oh man.
In that lane. There ain't nothing like that shit, man.
People don't understand track unless you ran track.
Oh yeah.
Track is the one sport where you cannot blame anyone else. You can't blame anyone else. You can't look to a coach for help in the moment.
Nope.
You can't go off to the sideline and then come back in. You have 10 seconds all the way up to 15 minutes, depending on your race, to figure shit out.
Yeah.
And in 10 seconds, it goes like that. Then you got a 200, then you got a 4, then you got an 8, then you got a 12, then you got a 15, you got a 16, you got relays. There's so many things that happen within track that is a singular mind game.
Yeah.
And you're the only one that has the strength to get something done.
Right.
Unless you do relays.
Yeah. But even then, you fuck up in a relay, dog. Yeah. that blows the race.
You drop a baton, you come off the line a second too late, you run on top of somebody, you always have to then make up for the mistake back there.
Yeah. So. You ran what, 200 or something like that?
So I did all sprints. I did 100, 200, 400. I would do 800 I'll do 800 just for points. Yeah. But my main not sport, but my main event was 400 hurdles.
Oh, see, I knew it. I knew you were a hurdler. That's why we connected. That's why we connected so much when we were on set, when we were shooting Straw, which, by the way, none of these people know, but we freaking shot. That's how we met. We met on set.
Parody.
doing a parody like YouTube video, which is called Straw.
Mm-hmm.
And you can obviously, I'm sure it's still, on YouTube. It's still on YouTube. It's called Straw. It's kind of funny, but yeah, that's how we met. And we like bonded over the hurdles, man. Because my shit was the 110 hurdles.
Yeah, you was 110, I was 4.
Yeah.
And it's two totally different races.
Yeah.
Like one is more quick speed and one is more.
It's that fast, but fucking.
Yeah, it's fast and coordinated.
Shit,
It's fast and coordinated. When the 400 is more of a endurance stamina game.
Right.
And still have to inflict speed at the same time.
Bro,
right?
I hated the 300 hurdles, dog.
So you did.
I only ran 300. We only had 300. Well, did you run in college?
I didn't.
So you had 400 in high school?
Yeah.
Oh, that's weird because we only ran 300.
It's Atlanta. It was that was making it easy for y'all down there. Up here?
No. I'm from Wisconsin.
Wait, where'd you go to high school?
Cavs from Atlanta.
Oh. Wait, you went to high school in Wisconsin.
Yeah.
And they was doing 300s. Well.
Yeah.
Well.
It's the Midwest. So you were running 400 hurdles in high school.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I got scars on my leg from my very first meet.
That shit is not easy, man.
Very first meet, first of all, I was always fast, but my high school didn't have an actual gym. They didn't have actual facilities or anything like that. So we would practice on the street. Like,
what?
Yeah.
What the fuck?
We didn't have a track. We didn't have a field. What? Nothing. Where
was this at?
It's in New Rochelle. It was called Blessed Sacrament, and it was a very small school. I think the whole school had maybe like 800 kids.
Oh, okay.
And we had no facilities. Like, so when they decided to have a track team, they were just like, whoever want to sign up, sign up.
Got you.
And they saw me from being fast from playing basketball. So they're like, yo, Mike, why don't you run track? Me. Why? Why would I do that?
Mm-hmm.
But I was always inspired by speed and control.
Mm-hmm.
In basketball, I didn't know how to control my speed. I would just be fast, and then miss layups.
Yeah, you miss layups, turn the ball over, yeah.
Right. I can get there.
Yeah.
And then I would play soccer. Same thing. I can blow by everybody, but I have no control of the ball. So I'm just running, and miss a wide open goal.
Yeah.
Track gave me understanding of control.
Yeah.
But my first meet, it was at Mount St. Michael in the Bronx. Probably lane 4. Come off, boom, jump up. First hurdle goes up. I jump up. Foot misses the floor. So I basically go like this.
Oh, God.
Miss the floor. And I fall face down. My right leg scrapes because my lead leg was my left. So when my right leg came over, I missed the floor, scraped my entire leg here, falls on the ground. I'm like, what the hell? How do I recover from this? So all I knew was, mind you, first meet, never ran in cleats, nothing. Yeah. So all I knew was finish.
Right.
So I just started picking people off one by one. One by one. And mind you, I'm already in last. They're already on the back straight. I'm still on the first curve. I just start picking people off one by one. One by one. One by one. One by one. And then you hear this big uproar. People like, oh shit. And then when I came around, I don't know if I was first or second, but all I know is when I came back around, everybody was just like, what the hell just happened? I'm like, motherfucker, I don't know. I'm out here just running. I'm out here just running. No coordination. Running.
Yo, it's one of those events where like you don't even have to be a good hurdler. If you can just jump that bitch and fucking beat the person.
I'm just out here jumping shit like it's a fence.
You're winning.
Jumping shit like it's a fence.
Yeah, yo.
And just people I just started picking people off. But
oh my God.
The most exciting part of running track, and it didn't matter what no, I can't say that. The most exciting part about track for me was always the last turn.
Oh yeah,
it was always the third turn.
Yup.
Because the third turn,
that's where it all happens, baby.
That's where everything happens. It doesn't matter as long as you are doing. If you're doing a 200, a 400, 800, that last corner,
sling right into the straightaway.
Right is where you have to give everything. So you could put me on a track right now, and I still have all mechanics. I still have all feeling,
Yeah.
the excitement. I still feel all of that even to this day.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, man.
I feel you. There's nothing like that, bro. Whenever, even when I like run on a treadmill, even when I run on a treadmill, I picture myself and I feel myself making those turns and like thinking about like
leaning in and all that.
Yeah, leaning in and just being on that straightaway, like coming into straightaways and shit like that. There's no other feeling like that, man. It's crazy.
I just want to point out that everything you just said sounded kind of crazy. You was like, I was feeling myself and I was just coming. I was like, it sounds crazy. Sounds crazy over there. I don't know what you're doing on a treadmill, B.
Is that what's out all over these pants? Like,
I don't know, my man, but I don't know what you're doing on these treadmills.
Daydreaming, obviously, fantasizing.
Kyle out here running with his eyes closed on these treadmills.
Fantasizing about running on a treadmill, yeah. Fantasizing while I'm on it, and also that I'm having dreams at night, man. I'm fucking in my sleep. I'm like a dog. I'm like
crazy.
Dogs be running in their sleep and shit.
Crazy out there, wildin'.
But anyways, dog, let's get back to 24 New York. Obviously, your store. It's now down in the Oculus, and it's also down in Hudson Yards, which all of you can go visit if you are in New York City. But yo, man, like, tell me how this all came about, because, like, you've been a fucking SoulCycle instructor, and I remember when you made...
I still have that picture.
I remember when you made the jump into SoulCycle, and I remember kind of, like, talking to you about it or whatever, and, like, I was kind of like, all right, cool, because, like... I'm
going to find the picture of Kyle in that shit.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, my God. No. Actually, fine. That's fine. We can put it in the edit, and we can show people. That'd be fucking great.
Shit, Kyle,
Yo, actually, I was looking at it. It popped up on my phone the other day, actually.
Still got that shit.
Because I think it was on my Instagram. But anyways, yeah, man. Like, what was the deal with 24 New York? Like, how did it come about? And like, I never knew that you were a sneaker dude or anything like that, because you keep your Instagram and shit like that. And obviously, we weren't like really running into each other in person and stuff, but. You keep your Instagram and your socials and stuff like that curated to your business, but you were obviously working on this, behind the wall of social media and stuff like that. And how did that all come about? Like, what's your relationship with like sneakers? Because that's obviously the main thing you guys sell. So
so 24 New York is kind of like an entrepreneur's like brainchild. I have 3 partners. Myself and one of the partners, we kind of like founded the name and what it is. 24 New York revolves around 3 things. Number 1, it all started off of a free throw contest. We would go around to sneaker shows around the country, and we would put on this free throw contest where people could, shoot. You had to make as many shots as you could in 24 seconds, and whoever had the highest points at the end of the day, that's the person that wins. And second place will get $100 cash.
Right.
The second tier of 24 New York is that all the partners live in a different part of the country, so we're always working 24 hours out of the day at some point in time.
Okay.
Third part, one partner, their favorite player is Kobe Bryant, number 24. So we were always trying to figure out a name for it that didn't involve sneakers, kicks, feet, soul, whatever, right? And I'm just like, I'm trying to find the common denominator, and the common denominator was 24. Yeah. And it's something that doesn't necessarily associate to anything, right? When you see 24 New York, you can't associate it to something. Now you can. Yeah. Now you can. As far as sneakers, I'm not a sneakerhead. I really don't consider myself a sneakerhead at all. Okay. A sneakerhead, in my opinion, is a person that can spit knowledge, can tell you every drop, has waited in lines, has done the raffles, and knows the next drop that's coming and all that kind of stuff. I've never done that. That's never been a thing. Growing up, I didn't have Jordans like a lot of people. My first pair of Jordans was like my friend's, and he didn't want them anymore, and I took them. Mm-hmm. I didn't start getting into sneakers until about 2019, and then I would buy used shoes off of Grailed.
Right. Yeah.
Before Grail popped off and got big, I was buying shoes off of there. So I would just go on there and buy the shoes that I liked as a kid. And then I started my collection like that. Then I would buy just like random shoes that I liked, like bright colors, like all this kind of stuff. And then before you know it, I'm buying the shoe boxes because I've got too many shoes. And then one stack of shoe boxes leads to 24 stacks of shoe boxes. And then then you get rid of all of those shoes and then you start over again. So that's how it always kind of was. I buy sneakers that I like. I don't buy the newest shoe just because it comes out. I just buy the shoes that I like. And majority of the time, I'll buy used first before I buy brand new. I'll tell you why. If you go to the store the day a shoe comes out and you buy it, great. Okay?
Yeah.
I wait 2 years. I buy the shoe for less than half the price that you bought it at. Probably in just as good as condition as you've had it if you've kept it up over 2 years.
Yeah.
You say you pay $300 when it first came out, right? No, I'm gonna stop. Let's do $220, right?
Okay.
I paid $80. You tell me what's the difference between when you got it and when I got it. You would never know.
Yeah, yeah.
You would never know.
For people that really take care of the shoes, yeah.
You would never know.
Yeah.
So my thought process is I will wait to get the shoe because when I wear the shoe, how I coordinate the shoe is what's going to make the shoe pop.
Right.
And make you ask, yo, you got those? Yeah.
Yeah.
So there's no time stamp on shoes.
Yeah, facts.
You can get a shoe at any point in time. I mean, nobody never knows when you got it.
I'm going to do that shit with my Rick Owens for sure. When I get my first pair of Rick Owens, 100%.
Yeah.
So what you're saying is you wait till the movies come out of theater to see it on the
Mm-hmm. Yep.
He said, yup.
Yep. I'm going to be on the Fire Stick. Don't act like you ain't never been on no Fire Stick. Yo,
I love that.
Yeah, man. It's just, sneakers is this cool thing. It's this cool language that everybody speaks. You don't have to know anything about shoes, but someone will look at your feet and be like, yo, I like those. Where'd you get them from? Doesn't matter where you got them from. They probably haven't seen them before.
Yeah.
And it's a universal language that everyone speaks because people in Europe know shoes, people in Africa know shoes, people in Italy know shoes, people in Las Vegas know shoes. Shoes will always dictate kind of how the culture moves. It starts there.
Yeah.
And then everything else goes.
Yeah, from the bottom up. So I got a question for you. So was like starting 24 New York as a shoe, like mainly a shoe based company, like your idea, or was that kind of like an agreed upon, or just kind of like so what was it?
It was mainly an activation for people to have something to do at sneaker shows. That's mainly that was what it was birthed at.
Right.
Just an activation for people to not feel bored at a sneaker show. The way it evolved into a sneaker store was really just like, what do we do now, right? Because we started seeing events slowing down. We started seeing people weren't as interested anymore. And then we were like, so what else can we do to keep our names in culture, right? So we thought about doing a podcast thing, but we didn't, since we weren't going to shows that much. It's loud in there. You can't really pull people. A lot of people live in different areas. Not a lot of people live in New York. And I was like, all right, cool. And then my partner goes, why don't we open a sneaker store? Me, no, we're not doing this. Nope.
Yeah, I didn't think that you'd be the type to like do that. Yeah.
Nope.
Yeah.
So we sent an email. And people responded back within like 3 hours. Once they responded back in 3 hours, and this is first location is in Hudson Yards, so this is related emails back within 3 hours, and we're like, oh shit. So then we set up to meet and see the spot on Monday. This was on a Friday. We see it Monday. Okay, this looks good. This looks good. And to any person that's ever opened an actual business, when you see the business bare, and you're walking through it, there's a certain feeling that comes over you where you're like, oh shit, okay, this something might happen.
Could be it, yeah.
Yep. And then before you knew it, we signed paperwork and then started building.
It's crazy.
And it was a lot. Like when I do these podcasts, I really like to speak to people about really understanding what it takes to build something like a retail store or anything like that. I was teaching at SoulCycle, training people, building the store every day to the point where I burnt out before the store even opened.
Yeah.
Like I was teaching a class, and when I post this up, people are going to know what this class was. I was teaching a class. I didn't understand hard work until it was something of this nature. Teaching at SoulCycle was dope, but it became automatic.
Yeah.
Now you add a different component into it that forces your energy and your time. Now it's different. So let's say I would teach a class at 7 a.m., right? Then I would teach another class at 9 a.m. Then I would teach another class at 12 p.m. Then I would be at the store until 1 o'clock in the morning. Then I don't live in the city. I live in Westchester. So now I have to allocate time for me to get back home. So now let's just say I'm getting home at 2:30 in the morning, having to be back up again in 4 hours.
Right.
And I'm doing that every day.
Yeah.
I burnt out. So I'm teaching on demand online, and I felt like I was about to pass out. So I'm sitting on the bike, and it's a 30-minute class, and I'm just sitting there like this, talking. All right, everybody, what we're going to do is this. We're going to do this. We're going to do this. We're going to do that. We're going to get up. We're going to get down. I'm sitting on the bike. I can't even pedal. And as soon as I get off the bike, I'm like, I don't feel right. And I told them I didn't feel right in the beginning.
Yeah.
And then I walk out, and I'm still feeling weak in my legs. And then before I know it, I'm shirt off, pants off, underwear, like laying on a tile floor because I was done.
Oh shit.
Yeah. I like crawl to the bathroom. I'm like throwing up just water. Like it was wild. But there's a push that your body and your brain sometimes is not able to handle when it's not prepared for it.
Yep.
And I was not prepared for that. As much as I spoke about working hard and doing the things and be stronger than this.
Right.
That taught me everything. About everything that I have ever said, that taught me everything.
So what did it teach you?
The one thing that it taught me is that you don't know your limit until you go there. We have nice limits as people. We know the limit we have to go, but we never actually want to go there. We never actually want to have to really be accountable. So I had to go there. I had to understand, like, I'm building this thing. And when you have a person that you're working with that has done businesses more over and over and over, they're just programmed that way. Yeah. I wasn't. So I'm in there like, yo, let's leave. Like, we out. And she's like, no, we're staying. The fuck you mean we're staying? It's 12. We got to get it done. Why can't we get it done tomorrow? Like, these were our arguments.
Because you got deadlines and shit, right?
It was deadlines, and we wanted to be open for the Christmas rush. This is in December of...
Well, that's smart.
December of 2022.
Yeah.
So I don't understand this type of concept because I wasn't in the mindset that my partner was in. So it was like, the thing that it taught me was that you're not pushed to your limit until you have to go there.
Yeah. But also, was your partner doing, were they working side jobs like you were? Well,
no.
I mean, technically a side job for you at the time, right?
No. And that was a lot of our arguments were.
Yeah, you're like, dog, I gotta get up in the morning, go do this shit.
Right. That was our arguments, but over time, we created this. Not like we created this saying, but it just became this thing where we were like, figure it out. You know what I'm saying? And figuring it out was so aggressive. Like, as nice as it seems, imagine someone tells you you sick, you upset, you this, and they're like, figure it out.
Yeah, bro.
The fuck you mean figure it out? Figure it out. With no emotion behind, just figure it out. And that gave me a lot of resilience to do what? Figure it out. So now when things get hard, things get tough, and I'm trying to, just figure it out.
Yeah.
Just figure it out.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And I can't imagine how much you've learned about, the business side of things.
Yeah, you learn a lot when you're thrown in the fire. My partners have done this before. Out of the three of us, I'm probably the one that hasn't.
Yeah.
But what I had to understand was, where do I fit in this, right? I live in New York. I'm from here. How do I fit? How do I fit? How do I fit? And in the beginning, I was living on the high because I had all the people from SoulCycle coming by the store, being hype, like, yo, Mike, it's so great. And I'm living in that shit.
Mm-hmm.
But I can't. So now when people come to the store, as you saw, I'm real chill.
Mm.
Because all of that already happened. The hype happened.
Yeah.
So when we opened the second store, in, what month is this? September?
Yes,
So we opened
September
this.
now.
We opened in mid-August.
Mm-hmm.
So when we opened in mid-August, it was way different. A lot easier because we had already done it once.
Yeah.
So we knew what to expect. We
Right,
knew
right.
that this would take about 2 weeks. That's as much time as we need.
Okay.
And I knew that coming into it the second time around, okay, I know what's required of me.
Right.
So now, before we even start building out, I have to put things in place.
Yeah. You're already allocating your time.
Allocating my
fucking all-
time, letting people know, like, hey, this is where this is how it's gonna be for 2 weeks.
Mhm.
Just give me 2 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
Training people, yo, it's a dub, it's a clip. Like 2 weeks, you're gonna have to figure it out.
Mm-hmm.
And then eventually, I start dropping people.
Mm-hmm.
Can't work out, can't do this, can't do that, and they didn't understand why. Because I kept the first store quiet, I kept the second store quiet, and then, boop, second store. What the fuck? When did you do this? I don't know. I did it on a weekend.
Yeah. So did it take 2 weeks for the first one as well? Like from the time of
First one,
seeing the space to opening, it took 2 weeks?
first one took about 3.
3 weeks, okay.
First one took about 3, just because we ran into issues that we didn't allocate for.
Mm-hmm.
Second time around took about 2, took a full 2,
Yeah.
and that's with allocating the time and one unforeseen thing happening. Outside of that, everything was smooth.
Mm-hmm.
Just one big thing happened. We were just like, you got to be shitting me. But we got through it. We worked through it, and we've been on the up ever since.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm?
Dope, man.
Yeah.
So which one are you in the logo?
The three.
Which one are you?
I'm the one with the tongue out.
You're the one with the tongue out.
I'm the one with the tongue out.
Okay.
Yeah, because I'm the silly one. Like, out of the three of us, we have a serious one, we have a very happy one, and then I'm the silly one.
Yeah.
So I'm the one that's just out here just doing random ass shit, saying shit like you over here talking about coming and running on the damn treadmill.
Yo, you're the one who brought up the coming, bro. Come on, man.
I'm just trying to tell you what people are gonna hear,
yeah.
and if we do not address it, somebody will.
Hold on, wait, hold on. I think you're hearing that. I think you want to be hearing that or something. What's going on over there? You good?
No. We are doing well. We are doing well here. We're doing well here. But I just had to make it very clear to the people out there that's watching this. If they heard something and they were just like, I caught it. You're welcome.
My life be like, ooh. Yeah.
I got a question for you.
Ooh.
Yeah, I got a question for you.
Ooh, this
Come
is
on,
cute.
man.
Come on now.
All right, so you
Hit me
started
with it.
you started with one too many,
Yeah.
right? And you had told me that one too many can lead to anything.
Yeah, right.
In your life, what have you had one too many of?
So you're about to take my question for you. You just took my question for you. You took my question.
And that's the beauty of podcasting.
Man, that's funny. That's funny that you asked me. And I was actually thinking about it before you came here. I didn't make a final decision, but I think the one thing that came up to me was I've had one too many. You know, I don't even want to say it because it's actually almost a manifestation. So I actually don't even want to say it.
Okay.
But something else that I could substitute it for. I actually don't know. I think I live a well, let's see here.
God, I'm stoned.
I haven't really struggled with anything too seriously, but shit, I've had one too many maybe I don't know, come downs, like not failures, but I've had one too many like I don't know, kind of like missed opportunities or something like that.
Okay.
Or maybe they weren't even missed opportunities, but maybe they were just like never meant for me, which is actually more like where the mentality should be. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But I don't really know. Like I live like a very balanced life. I don't really like, you know, I haven't had anything that's like been super repetitive in my life. You know, whether that be tragedy, whether that be, I probably had one too many bags of potato chips in my life. You know, like I could, I probably had one too many fucking Snicker bars in my life or some shit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, you know, I don't have anything too deep or too real or like, you know, I wish I could have booked more jobs or something like that. But like also at the same time, like, you know, we all do, and that's just the nature of it. But you know, I've had one too many good friends, maybe.
Okay. All right.
No, you know, but that's a good problem.
Yeah.
That's a good thing.
For sure.
Yeah, there's nothing that like comes to my mind other than what I was saying just a second ago in terms of, but I don't even see that as like, you know.
But there is something,
thing,
but you
right?
won't say it because of your reasoning behind
No,
it.
that was kind of it. That was kind of it. Like you know, like I've always kind of seen myself as like this dude who like works his fucking ass off, but like things just keep slipping through the cracks. Like I keep thinking in my head, like, yo, like when am I gonna catch a fucking break? Like I think I work harder than all these other people, like, and I know I do, but like, you know, like I'm searching. I still fucking grind every single day. You know what I mean? I still put that work in every single day. So like, but I don't even feel that way really, like anymore. So I can't say that I've had one too many, you know, fucking missed opportunities or letdowns or whatever it might be, because at the end of the day, like, I don't think I have. You know what I mean? Like, I've had a lot of them, but like, I don't think I have. Like, it's not something that's like counting me out before. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know, so I don't. You know, but then there's nothing. I don't know. Like, I could make a joke. Like, I could like think of funny things, like the potato chips. You know.
Yeah.
One too many fucking cartons of mayonnaise.
Yo, that's crazy. Wait, what? That's wild.
Yeah, I know you were gonna say something about that. You don't like mayonnaise, do you?
Nah, I mean I like it, but it's
okay.
God damn, how many had too many cartons of mayonnaise?
Cartons is a weird name, but what fucking
jars?
Jar or whatever.
That's
you know what
wild.
I'm saying? Yeah, but that's a running joke between all. I love mayo, but I don't love it like weirdly though. Like I'm not the dude that's like eating it with some weird shit or like eating spoonfuls of it or some shit. Like I just like mayo a lot.
Okay.
That's all.
Sure.
And I think my family would laugh at that joke. And all my homies from like back home and shit like that. So
Yeah. I hope they do. They do.
No, they will. They'll love that joke. But what do you think you've had one too many of?
I've had one.
Positively or negatively.
Yeah. And you know, obviously the way it's going to be sentenced isn't going to make sense. So it's going to be like, I'm going to say it like this. I've had one too many times where I did not take risk.
Ooh. Ooh, I feel that, boy.
Yeah.
I feel that.
Yeah.
I feel that. I feel that heavy.
The risk.
I feel that big time, bro.
Yeah,
I feel that big time.
The risk,
wow.
The risk will show you who you are.
Yes.
You know.
Yes.
And
or who you could be,
or who you're not,
or who you're not, or who you're. Kid, yo.
Yeah.
Yes.
The risk will show you who you're not, because I think let's use modeling and acting, right? We're portraying something sometimes that we're not. And I said this earlier. We're trying to be seen. We're trying to be heard. We're trying to be liked, right?
Yep.
And fashion and acting gives you a place where you can be whoever it is you want to be. But when you go home.
But not really, though, bro.
You be shocked, man. Think about think back in the day, like a lot of the photographers and a lot of these people that would put on this face.
Yeah.
To be think about boom. Think about how many photographers you never knew what they look like.
Oh yeah.
And then when you met them, you were like, huh? That's you? You shot all that?
Yeah.
Because, I didn't want anyone to ever know what I look like. Why? For whatever reason that they wanted it to be, right?
Yeah.
So when I go back to saying I've had too many places where I didn't take risk.
Right.
It's because we're always afraid of the letdown.
Mm-hmm.
We're afraid of the, what if I fuck up? What if I fail at it?
Mm-hmm.
We're all scared of that at some point in time.
Yep.
And that will hinder us so much.
Yep.
So now, if I'm scared of it, I'm like, all right, so that's the direction I need to go, because it's going to pull something out of me that hasn't been pulled out of me, right?
Yeah.
And too many times before opening the store, no, I'm good on that. No, I'm good on that. Mm-hmm. Yo, we would love for you to come do this. I don't know. Oh. You start thinking so much. And
bro, yes.
A person asked me what was my biggest fear. And it's my answer every single time. My biggest fear is being in the same exact place every year. Now, yes. You're not going to get me on no fucking roller coaster. That's one.
Yeah.
I don't really do the height shit. I don't do this. Do this. But being in the same place every single year, that's the shit that gives me anxiety. That's the shit that keeps me up at night.
Man. Yo, dog, like I can feel you so much, because I quit the bartending industry back in May.
Mm-hmm.
And this is my little brother, by the way, who just walked in. He's living with me right now. Mm-hmm. And he was here to witness the whole, like, me getting out of the industry after 10 plus years, mm-hmm. right? 12 years of bartending. Mm-hmm. And, that was always my steady job and shit like that. And I was like, I need to get the fuck out of here. I was getting anxiety at work like crazy. Like, I need to get out. I need to get out. I need to get out. If I don't make this jump, like, what am I going to do? Am I just going to keep working behind the fucking bar my entire life? Like, things are cool. Things are fine. But, like, I'm still here. Like, things are kind of going the same way. Like, whatever. Mm-hmm. Finally made that fucking jump in May, bro. Oh, my God. 2 days later, after my last day of work, I was having a huge breakdown. Right here.
That's all you know.
Looking out this fucking window, looking at that plant right there, that snake plant.
Mm-hmm.
And if you can see over there up above my computer desk, it says a plant can only grow as big as its pot.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So where are you planting yourself?
Mm-hmm.
That's so true. I feel that same way, bro. And this kid sees me going to work every single fucking day, whether it be I keep myself on a fucking crazy. Even if I'm way out late the night before, I'm going to the fucking gym. I'm trying to keep my body in shape, because if you're not prepared, you're going to miss opportunities. Yeah. I'm always on my fucking computer. I'm always creating new work with my photography. I'm starting my podcasts up again and putting in my work there, and trying to start my own business as well. So it's all that.
Would you say that here's a good one for you. What are you more afraid of? The journey or the destination?
Am I more afraid of the journey or the destination? Oh, probably the journey, of course.
You'd be shocked.
I think because I know my destination is good. You know what I mean? I know that I'm gonna be good. Like I'm not there yet. But
wherever you see that destination, right? Do you feel that you're able to handle that?
Oh yeah. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I do. But I've also realized that through failure, especially after getting older, right? You know, now I'm 33 years old. I think you're, a year older than me or something like that. You don't need to disclose on.
Oh, I always disclose it because it be throwing people.
I think you're 36, right?
37.
37. Okay. Yeah. What I was saying was, what was I saying?
Destination, you know that your destination is going to be good.
Right. What was I saying? I'm blanking out right now. I just got distracted by the age.
You were like, that your destination is going to be good.
Right.
And you get up, you go to work, you do everything.
Right.
And then I said what I said, and then you went back.
Oh, I was saying as I get older.
Right.
As I get older, like I've learned as I've gotten older. Like, he's my little brother. I've been mentoring him since he was fucking 11 or 12 years old. And like his timing of when he moved to New York, which was March, he moved like a month and a half before I got here. I'm like, I couldn't have taken you on like to live with me like at any other time in my life. Like, so you just came at like the right time. It was just like divine timing, and you think that there's, things that are never the right time. I think that's also a huge hindrance for people when it comes to taking risks. Since we're on the subject, when it comes to taking risks in life, everyone's always waiting for the right time. There is no right time.
No, there really isn't.
The right time is when you fucking just do it. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like, and you keep going after it because consistency is going to be key to like whatever the fuck you're doing. You know what I mean?
I left SoulCycle like out of nowhere. No one.
And you had a huge following.
Yeah, I had a huge following. I was there for 7 years. Yeah. And no one even thought or would even think that I would leave, right? But what made me leave was just that the things that I was saying in class started resonating more to me.
Yeah, bro.
So I'm listening.
Preaching to yourself.
I'm after a certain point, I'm preaching to myself.
Yeah.
And, I just started thinking like, there's really not much more I can do here.
Yeah.
And I'm working on this thing over here that is super dope. It has gotten good recognition, but what else can I do with this? Because, and it's not to shade my friends that still teach there or anything like that, but it's just like, you're never going to be the best instructor. You're never going to be the greatest person that plays music. It's subjective.
Yeah, it's very
super subjective.
Very subjective.
So how am I going to leverage being a spin instructor opposed to being a business owner? And especially in a business and having specific like realty in specific places, I can leverage that. I can't leverage this.
Right.
I can't. Like I can't go to an investor and be like, hey, I'm a spin instructor, right?
Yeah.
I have a following of this many people.
They're like, that's cool. I got a bike in my house.
Right. They're only going to look at me
as...
And
it's a Peloton one, too.
Right. And they're only going to see me as a fitness instructor.
Right.
Opposed to being like, hey, I have this store. This is what I've done with it. This blah, 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 blah.
Different conversation.
It's a different conversation.
And motherfuckers that have money and know how the world works in terms of business and shit, they look at you so different.
It is true. Because the conversations, even with the people that I know that have money at Soul in the riders, the conversation started changing.
Yep.
And then I was like,
yep.
That's the thing that unlocks the key.
Completely.
When they feel like they can talk to you on a specific level.
Yep.
Yep. And that was it. I just kept hearing myself talking to everybody else. And then I was just like, yeah, I think it's time.
That's crazy.
And then I had a conversation on Wednesday. By Friday morning, they had that email.
Shit.
And then I said, y'all got 2 weeks.
Woo.
Y'all got 2 weeks left with me.
Same here, bro.
Y'all got 2 weeks left with me. And on that 15th day,
Yeah.
you know, and I still ride because it's an adrenaline that I can't really get anywhere else.
Yeah.
And I still talk with people. I still talk with the people that would ride with me all the time.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, I still try to hold community there because I'm on the same side with them now.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
But you've gained relationship with so many people over 7 years.
Yeah.
And then why drop it? Like, just still keep it. And now I'm more about how can I help a person that's doing something. So it's like, you want to start a business. Shit, ask me questions, you know, offline or whatever.
Shit ain't
but
free.
it's like, now I want to help other people get to certain places. I want to help help connect people. Like, that's all I want to do now is just like, yo, I know this person, that person. I'm going to put y'all together on an email. And what did I say right before we started?
Facts,
You see what I'm saying? And it's never coming from a place of, look what I did. It's just like, help. Because from the industry that you and I came from, imagine if everybody helped a person get on.
Bro.
Right?
Bro.
And
I did it today. I fucking sent a girl to fucking One Management, man. I do that shit all the time.
Mm-hmm. And it's different because back then, like late 2000s, when you and I were doing, that was about to sound crazy when I said you and I were doing it. It's about to sound crazy. But you see how I caught myself? I'm saving everyone the time of trying to play it back and be like, you heard what Mike said. Back in the late 2000s, when we were modeling in the same industry.
Back when we were kids. Whoa.
But it was like back then, look at what it is turned into now, right? Now anybody can do it, right? Back then it was what? It was white boys.
It was us, the special people.
It was white boys all day long. And then you got one black guy, maybe two. And for me, when I'm the light skinned guy, so I was always looked at as, you're too commercial.
Yeah.
And I used to hate that shit. But then I started thinking, I'm like, wait a minute, wait. What do I get if I book this? 20 grand.
Yep.
What do I get if I book this? 10 grand. What do I get if I book a Fashion Week show? Credit.
Yeah. $300 at the most.
You get wardrobe. Okay. But if I book this commercial campaign, I get 20 grand? Yeah, I'm going to stay commercial.
Yep.
Yep.
That's why I've never given up on my commercial shit, bro. My commercial stuff's always paid the bills for my acting.
Yeah, commercial is
always.
Commercial is, to me, the way to go because you're reaching an audience of everyone.
Mm-hmm.
Fashion, you're reaching an audience of a very particular group.
Very much so.
And it's very small.
Yeah.
And you know, you look at everybody. You know, we want to do editorials because we want to look like that, right?
Yeah.
But then you do the editorial, and it looks cool for a little while.
Yeah.
And then after a while, you're like,
cool.
Nothing came from that.
Yeah, that was great.
Great.
Facts.
Great. Yeah.
Facts. Mm-hmm. Yeah. I got put in L'Officiel like for the first time.
I remember that
a couple months ago, and everyone's like,
"Yo, congratulations!" Mm-hmm. And your ass went home.
Like, yeah, cool. Nothing has happened. Hello.
And your ass went right on home. Like,
yeah. Facts, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's funny. I mean, I even booked a fucking Super Bowl commercial back at the beginning of 2021. Mm-hmm. And even just from that, like, nothing even like came from it. You know what I mean? So it's like you can't expect anything from anything that you book in this industry, and it's just, you know, if things come your way, they come your way. And it is what it is. But like, that's why you just got to keep your head down, and keep focused, and keep moving. Because otherwise, you're going to become that actor or that model that's like mad. Like,
you hate the industry.
Oh, you hate the industry. You hate the people. You become like super cynical and shit, and you know, whatever. But
you're right.
It's crazy how you use your voice to get out of that, man. Like, I'm trying to definitely get my voice out more, because just going back to what you were saying, like when you were preaching to yourself, right? Like, if you realized that you were preaching to yourself, it's because you were manifesting that shit, dog. Like, like subconsciously you were taking it to subconsciously or consciously, whatever. You were taking it to your classes. right? You were getting these people motivated who, like, don't even really want to show up, right? Yeah. Like, a lot of them don't even want to work out. They don't want to put that effort in, but they want to come see you, right?
The crazy joint is that I would basically use what I was going through, and I would formulate it in the way of everyone. If you're going through times like this, me right now, that's what I was going through. Yeah. If you've ever felt, you wake up in the morning, you feel like this, you feel like that. Me waking up in the morning, feel like this, feel like that. All I was doing was speaking what I was feeling in those moments. And I had this one rider, she came up to me and she goes, "Mike, are you okay?" And I'm like, "Yeah, why? What you mean?" She's like, "Because the past few weeks you kind of been talking about like a specific thing. And you okay?" I was like, "You know what? To be totally fair with you, no!" I'm talking about me. We in hell over here.
Don't make this about you.
It's trauma over here.
It's true.
But
this is trauma bonding spin class with Mike Press.
Literally. But it's you're right. Like you hit it on the head. Like
facts, though.
It was a manifestation. Like I knew where I wanted to be. I knew where I wanted to go. And you just keep saying it and keep saying it. You keep feeling it. You keep doing the work as you're doing. Yeah, it's gonna happen. Like the moment that you stop, something is gonna happen where you're gonna be like, I was right there. The moment you stop, and you're never gonna see it coming. It's gonna be like an email, a text, a phone call, something. And they're going to say, "Hey, are you still doing that thing that you was doing before?"
Ooh, yup.
And then what are you going to do? You're going to scramble.
You're going to scramble.
And then you're going to present something that's not what they were, that is what they saw before. And then they're going to go, "Oh, okay, yeah, this is great. We'll get back to you."
Yup. I've seen those emails before. Yo, that's a fact.
It's like keep the grind going, man. Like, yeah, you're gonna have those days when you're gonna feel like shit. Yeah, you're gonna have the moments where you're not gonna feel as the hype Kyle Glenn that everybody knows you as. You're gonna have those days when you're gonna want to be introverted. You're gonna have those days where you're gonna be hyped up and you on, right?
Absolutely,
you're gonna be hyped up and you on.
Absolutely.
But it's those moments when you down that will show you who you are.
Yeah, for sure.
Every single time. Because no matter what, you always have to get up. You always have to. You can't sit at that radiator all day. Yeah. You can't. You're going to have to pee. You're going to have to do something. You're going to have to physically get up. So if you physically have to get up and then go do something.
Yeah. Just do.
Just something.
Do it.
Just do something.
Yeah.
Do something.
Yeah, whether that be writing, doing something to get yourself through that shit for sure. I mean, yeah, I can't say how great those times of silence have been for me. Especially since quitting the bartending industry for sure. I'll go days where 3-4 days where I'm going crazy. And then fucking a day where I don't speak to nobody and I'm just sitting in this fucking thing.
What's for a person that has no idea what it's like to be a bartender in that capacity, especially like New York City? Yeah. Explain to someone what goes through your mind when your lack of sleep, you're stressed out, you still gotta like perform in a sense. Like what was going through your mind?
What was going through my mind? Like when I gotta perform, like when you reference that, are you saying like
not like you got a gig or something like that? No, you can use it, right? Yeah. I'm talking about when you know that you have to go to work.
Just going back to like the bartending job, bartending
right?
shit.
Like you had a long night already, stressed out. You going out, still doing the same dumb shit you don't want to do, but you do it because it's just a part of your mechanics at this point. You go to sleep, you wake up, you're like, oh fuck, I'm back here again. Like, What was going through your head?
Well, I mean, for years, I was very focused. So I knew that, I had a very good relationship with like my work and life balance. So I'd be very good at getting into work and just fucking bouncing. You know what I mean? And there was a period of time where I was drinking too much at work and shit like that, and I put an end to that. Like, then I went like a couple months where I like wasn't drinking at work at all, and I felt so much fucking better. Get better sleep. You don't wake up like, even just if you have like 2 drinks at work or something like that, you're not waking, like it affects you.
It does.
Especially if you're going 4 nights in a row, or like 2 nights on, a night off, 2 nights on. Again, like where you're getting home at 6:30 in the morning. I mean, shit, bro. When I lived in Bed-Stuy, when I first moved here, and I was working at Le Bon, and I would be closing until like 4:30, and I wouldn't leave there until like 5:30, and I took the L train back. No, but I lived off the G, bro.
Oh no, not
in 2016. You know how many cars were on the G train in 2016? How long the car was? 4 cars. Now it's like 12. Like, they've made it because there's so many people have moved there. 4 cars. So I would get on the L train at like fucking 5:15, 5:30 in the morning.
Everybody going to work.
People are going to work. People are outside running. 25 minutes to get to fucking Metropolitan. Sometimes I'd get to the G train. It wouldn't even fucking show up. I'd wait for like 30 minutes, and now it's like 6:30 in the morning. It wouldn't even show up, and I'd have to like go outside and get like a green cab. Like, it was fucking insane. And then I'd be up by like 10:30 in the morning. I'd be going to fucking Crunch Fitness, working out. So, I mean, I was just so determined for fucking years.
Yeah.
And I still am, but like I want to work smarter than harder at this point in my life. But I was so determined on that shit for years that and I haven't, I'm not a huge drinker when I work. I'm very good with that. So I have all these different things that would keep me disciplined, and going back to the sports conversation earlier and stuff like that. But I can speak on to your question, like when I got towards the end of bartending, like where that was the first time when I really started to have a bad relationship with like bartending. Yeah. Where I was like literally getting
tonight's the night where I'm going to quit.
And anxiety where I'm like, I don't like going there. The idea of having to go to work at night was like literally fucking like giving me so much like physical anxiety, and like I wasn't breathing good, and like my head was fucked up, and like my skin started to get bad with like pimples and shit, and like I was struggling there for a while, and then once I put the 2 weeks in, bro, that was kind of like the worst part. I'm like, I gotta be here for 2 more fucking weeks.
Yeah. Yep.
But I'm gonna stay because I love these people and they've treated me well, and I'm gonna fucking do it. But that's why I had such a huge breakdown, because I was for months, at least like 2-3 months, just waking up tired, after being up till fucking 5:30, 6 in the morning, and still trying to make money and still trying to keep the dream alive with acting and modeling and all my photography shit, and then having to go back into work and like hating it and having all that stress and anxiety that when I finally finished, 2 days after I finished, and it took 2 days for it to set in, but like I said, I kind of just fucking fully had a breakdown where I just like cried for like an hour, bro. Like,
was the breakdown because you were stressed about the next move? Or was the breakdown because you didn't know how to like get out of it?
No, it was like I'm free. Like crazy weight and stress off my shoulders of like, I'm free. I fucking did it. Like, I just took a huge risk. I'm gone. Like, this is it now. Like, my fucking body was like just having a crazy release of energy. I was having fucking visions of like my life in LA, like my home, like vivid visions. Yeah. Like crazy meditation breakdown shit where I was like seeing myself in legit like LA, like in a fucking house in the hills in LA and shit, like, but like vivid.
So wait, talk about like the first night that you did not have to go to work.
Well, that's kind of funny because I was back in the boom boom room the next night shooting photography for a wedding.
All right, okay, that's different. All right, that's different.
Which was hilarious. But then the next morning is when I had my whole like little breakdown. It was like 2 days later. So
all right, so let's think about. All right, so you had your breakdown, the first night where you didn't have to be anywhere. What was that like?
Bro, that feeling is unmatched. Dude, when you know you ain't got to show up nowhere, when you ain't on nobody's time but your time.
Yeah.
Oh my God, there's no other feeling in the world like that in my life. Have I ever felt like that in my entire life, bro?
I don't know.
Is the greatest feeling in the world. I can tell it to anybody that's listening to this shit.
And that's the important thing for people to. That's the important thing for people to know is that it just encompassed your whole entire body.
Yeah.
And that's what I wanted you, and that's what I was hoping was gonna have when I asked you the question. Is that's the feeling, like that's the freedom.
Yeah.
Is when you get to make your own decisions.
True freedom
on your time. I had a similar experience. Like when I left, I was always still going to the store, no matter what. So that was already ingrained in me. But being able to be like, hey, we gotta go to Scottsdale, Arizona, and do this event. All right, I don't gotta ask for time off. Right. I just go there, and then I come back, and then this people's already at the store working and helping me run it, but I just go there. I get there, and I ain't got to rush back. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yo, completely, dog. The way you look at life completely changes. Completely. The way you value time.
That part.
And money especially, but definitely the way you value time and your relationship with it and your relationship with like your money and your life, honestly, like just your life in general, like just changes completely.
You know, kind of going back to like what you said in the beginning about like how my energy is.
Yeah.
How do you manage your energy and time with people?
Oh yeah, I've gotten much like better at that. Like I'm great with keeping boundaries with people and shit, and keeping people further away from me that I know are either gonna suck my energy or are looking for my energy and shit like that. I'm much more particular with the people that I go to, have lunch with or something like that. Because at this point, it's just like, okay, like, what are we really meeting for lunch for? Like, unless we really want to see each other, which is cool.
Right.
And it's mutual, like, yeah, that's great. But if I have, like, any inkling where I'm like, do I really need to fucking go do this? Like, come on, like, what's it going to do? I could stay home. I could do this. I could do that. I'm also very social. I go to a lot of events and shit like that, whether that be art events or, VMAs. Yeah. The VMAs. Or the VMAs.
We go to a lot of events, like things in the city, where, things are cool and VMAs.
Yeah. No, listen, that's a special one-off situation, but
happens every year.
Well, yeah. that was my first time going, at least. So that was a super special thing for me, but
always had the invite.
Never had the invite.
Always had the invite.
I never had it until this year. I swear to God on my life.
Always had the invite.
I swear to God. No, but like crap gets busy, man. Like, Caviar's always inviting me to shit. And, because he's got all these galleries and stuff that he goes to. And, I've become way more like, just more, things with intention and, just filtered. You know, and it's easier on my body. It's easier on my mental. You know, and you know that's you know, when you start to be able to carve out those things, life just gets easier. You know, decision making just gets easier, and I think it just adds to your, you know, the blossoming of what you're doing. You know, if you're just doing shit that like really aligns with what you feel and like what you do for your work or your creativity or whatever, you know.
For sure.
Yeah. What can we say about this? What does this say on the side of the hat?
Oh, living the dream.
Living the dream. Yeah, is that the tagline for 24 New York?
Yeah, we go by living the dream. You know, we always ask each other like, "Oh, how you doing today?" You know, living the dream. Because it's such a sarcastic answer. It's such a sarcastic answer. But it, you know, it kind of goes, it ties into like when I ask you like, are you about the journey and the destination? Living the dream is another subjective thing that people resonate with for whatever reason, right? So if they resonate with living the dream, like this is the thing that they want to do, that's the thing that they want to do. And you can't tell them otherwise. You know what I'm saying? But if they're living the dream and they're saying it like, I fucking hate it here, you got to be able to read through that.
Oh, yeah, of course.
You got to be able to read through the lines of that.
Yeah.
So we always say it because people will assume the store is our dream. It's not.
Right.
It's not. It's an opportunity to get the dream. That's what it is.
What's your dream? What do you think your dream is like? What do you think your freaking life dream outlook is?
It's already started to show itself over the last 4 weeks. My dream is to really be a host. So having opportunities like this to talk and the type of people that I've been able to interview in the podcast that I have at 137 called Bold Entrepreneurs, like it's really allowed me to live that, because I've always known I've been meant to entertain. I've always meant to be in front of a camera. I always knew that. So there's nothing about it that scares me at all. Yeah. It's like, give me a challenge and put me in front of a camera and let's see what happens. So it's all leading up to something. I'm not sure where it's going to land or anything like that. But as long as my consistency remains high, and I'm constantly still putting out things, things will start to fall in place.
Absolutely, bro. I feel that 1,000%. I feel the same thing, dude. It's exactly what I've been kind of telling myself, and I can kind of feel that from you always. Like, you've always been kind of that entertainer as well, which is why in the beginning when you were talking about stoicism, I'm like, man, where the fuck are you? You're a comedian, dog. Why the fuck are you trying to act all cool and stoic and shit?
Right? Because
come on, man. I know you.
If I just wild out, it's like there's nothing.
That's crazy that you said that, because I was like picturing you. I'm like, you could be the host of Wild 'N Out for sure.
Yeah, for sure. And it's like, if I just wild out, there's no mystery, there's no questions. Yeah. Because you just got everything in one shot, and you ain't even have to like work for it.
You fucking blew your load.
Right. It's crazy out here. The analogies is getting wild. It's getting crazy out here. And you see it's only coming from one side.
Whoa!
It's only coming from one side.
Yeah.
I'm making sure that the viewers here are safe. Yeah. And it's a safe space for them.
Hey, yo,
I'm monitoring for you.
Wow, this is going somewhere deep.
I'm monitoring for you all.
Yo, that's fucking great. Yeah, can we talk about Bold Entrepreneurs a little bit? We haven't talked about it yet. So it's at 1:37 p.m. They're part of VaynerMedia, correct? Which we've talked about, which, you know, I didn't, I saw it on your Instagram, but I'm glad we talked about it more when we were in person. Yeah. When I was down at the shop. But crazy story about how that came about. We don't need to talk about it unless you want to tell it. But, you know, it's a show where you're bringing on just kind of, is there like, and I haven't seen a whole lot of the episodes yet, but is there like a certain career Is it just kind of like everybody that's like an entrepreneur that you and the producers find interesting? Like, what's the, you guys are sharing, first of all, you guys are sharing a bowl before we get into you answering that question.
Yeah.
You guys are having a conversation on a podcast while sharing a bowl of cereal together.
Well, we each have
sorry.
bowls.
Yes.
Got it. Like I said, monitoring.
You guys are eating out of the same bowl without a spoon together, correct?
That's crazy.
That what?
With our hands, yes.
No, you're not using your hands. It's just a big bowl, and you're fucking like you're diving for apples and shit in there.
Wow. Out there.
Okay. Could we get into this? What's your favorite cereal?
Favorite cereal?
Yeah.
I have a few, but all-time favorite is Frosted Flakes.
Frosted Flakes.
Mm-hmm.
I fuck with Frosted Flakes. They're good.
Because you can.
I thought you were gonna say.
What?
I thought you were gonna say Cinnamon Toast Crunch.
That's like number 4.
Oh, okay.
Cinnamon Toast Crunch. Number 4.
Okay, cool. So let's get the top 5 then.
All right, so it goes Frosted Flakes,
Okay.
Apple Jacks,
Apple Jacks,
Fruit Loops.
Well, that makes sense.
Cinnamon Toast Crunch.
Okay.
Raisin Bran.
Yo.
Get
God damn it.
Get your fiber up.
You and my dad would be best friends.
Get your fiber up.
Do you sprinkle sugar on top of your Raisin Bran?
No.
See.
Nah, because you got it. Nah, you don't get the regular Raisin Bran. You get the Raisin Bran Crunch. That's how you get your sugar in. And then I got 6. So then rounding out is Honey Nut Cheerios.
Oh, so you like all these like circular ones? Yeah.
And then if you can't get like the Honey Nut Cheerios, you go Honey Bunches of Oats.
Oh my God. Okay. You're one of those guys. Okay, cool.
I'm not a healthy guy, but every now and then you gotta get your fiber up, gotta get these shits out.
You kind of like those more like dry, fibery ones, yeah.
That's crazy. You just call me dry. That's crazy. Look, wait. So here's a funny thing. Like the very first person that I interviewed, her name is Victoria Van Ness. I love her to death. Like we've become very good friends since, right? The very first, I don't know this girl from Adam, right? The very first interview, within 47 seconds, she goes, "What's your favorite cereal?" I said, "Frosted Flakes." She said, "You're boring." I was like, "Ma'am?"
Frosted Flakes are great, but I do not think. I mean, I get where she's coming from. Like, Frosted Flakes, man.
She liked Captain Crunch.
Hell yeah.
Nah, fuck out of here.
Not my favorite. It's not my favorite, but it's good.
People
with the berries.
Nah, people that eat Captain Crunch, Reese's Pieces, the Reese's Puffs shit. Puffs. That shit. All y'all do all day long is this all day. Getting the shit up out your teeth. That's what y'all do all day long. All day long. Don't lie.
Oh my God.
All day long.
I can't speak for them. I don't eat Reese's Puffs.
Me neither. I don't eat Reese's Puffs. I don't eat no Captain Crunch. Nah.
Captain Crunch definitely gets in your fucking teeth. It's terrible, but
there you go.
I fuck with the Fruit Loops though.
Yeah, you gotta get your Toucan Sam on.
Number 3.
Gotta get your Toucan Sam on.
I love Toucan Sam, man.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. What? Nah, you gotta go.
Yeah.
You gotta go.
I don't know. But okay, so let's get back to bold entrepreneurs. So you guys are sharing a bowl, eating out of it without your hands in your face, digging in together while talking sporadically. So what are you guys talking about?
So what we really do is we find entrepreneurs in conventional and unconventional areas, right? So we've interviewed people that run basketball gyms. We've interviewed people that run social clubs. We interviewed people that are DJs and they have a big philanthropic background. We've interviewed people that are just content creators. So we've done the gambit of it all. And what it is mainly to showcase that entrepreneurship is not the traditional way of what we've seen it in the past. So we talk about everything from, I know I hear the jams pumping too. I think it's outside.
Anyways.
So we talk about things of obviously their story for one, but we wanted to always have a nostalgic thing too. So I'll give you kind of like a little example. Kyle, you remember the room that you grew up in, right?
Yeah.
As a little kid, what posters was on your wall?
Oh, fuck. Probably like a Nirvana, Korn, Limp Bizkit posters, that type of shit.
You were that white boy. Okay.
Hell yeah, boy. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Probably a Nirvana poster or some shit.
Jinko jean wearing motherfucker.
Hell yeah. Whoa, pause. Yeah.
He caught himself.
Hell yeah, Jinko jeans, baby, they're coming back right now.
It's crazy out here with the Jinko jeans.
Yup.
But yeah, like we want people to kind of like go back, because sometimes you don't always go back. Sometimes there's never really a thing that makes you think about that kind of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And eating a bowl of cereal is the most nostalgic thing that you can do. Saturday morning cartoons, eating a bowl of cereal before you go to school, eating a bowl of cereal before you go to bed. Like Pop-Tarts. You see what I'm saying? Like, it's all of these nostalgia things that we did as a kid that reminds us of our childhood, that reminds us of our youth, and reminds us of certain things that we sometimes have layered so far back that we never have anything to pull it forward.
Yeah, completely. I fuck with that. That's cool.
Yeah,
I like that.
It's a real cool concept. It's funny, like Gary Vee just did a video, and he posted it up, just talking about how like everybody should do a podcast, and a podcast with action. So a podcast with action is, you're a barber and you're cutting somebody's hair. Right. And you're having a conversation with them.
Right.
Because we all can get bored at sometimes. Like we're watching like podcasts, or the conversation can go somewhere where we're not in tune with it. Yeah. But sometimes when you're watching something happening, you listen more, which is weird, because you're watching something happen and you're wanting to see the final ending of what you're watching. Right. Hot Ones does a great job at it. Yep. Kevin Hart's Coldest Balls does a great job at it. Yeah. So it's like all those type of things are cool ways to make podcasting different. Yeah, for sure. I've actually thought about that with this podcast specifically. Because obviously being a bartender forever, and like that was kind of the main theme is making a cocktail and or like several cocktails together while we're speaking. So that's still in the works. Maybe it'll happen at some point. But I hear that 100%. Yeah. Are you saying you're getting bored with me? Is that what you're saying? No, I would just tell you. I just tell you. I was like, yo, this ain't it. That's cool. So you got the podcast, and you're doing everything over at 24 New York. What do you see after that in terms of hosting? Like, what's kind of like a goal for hosting? The goal is to start working on the next show that I'm doing, that I kind of spoke to you about at the store. Yeah, right. That's one thing, and then the second thing is for me to get myself either on a major platform, an ETV, an NBA team. Maybe not so much radio, but I like video. I like being on a camera. Yeah. And I feel like it has a lot more connection nowadays. Or, the show that I'm planning, it gets picked up, and then, I get a deal and it's distributed. Right. So it's really pushing the hosting, and, focus on maybe like little entrepreneurial journeys on the side. Feel you. Yeah. Same here. It's exactly what I'm trying to do, man. Well, it's been good talking to you, man. You got anything else that you wanna hit before we get out of here? No, I mean, I just tell everybody, as always, is understand what your grind is going to be, and understand that the road to it is never going to be easy. And if you decide to take the easy route, just know that anything that comes to you easy is going to go just as easy. Yeah. You can follow me on my socials. I mainly rock Instagram at I'm Mike Press, the letter I, the letter M, and the word Mike Press. And then you can also do 24 New York, all words, 24 New York on Instagram. Hey, easy life, hard decisions. Okay, I didn't know where you was going. Hard life, easy decisions. Just going back to what you were just saying just now. I was making sure. Yeah, but god damn, man. You point me out to, this is what the industry has done to them. You see, this is what we were talking about earlier. This is the industry shaping
He's making me into something that I'm not. I'm trying to be myself. I want to be myself, but I can't be myself. He's trying, he's picking up all these like cues that aren't even there, but they're actually he's projecting. Okay? He's projecting.
I'm gaslighting the fuck out of you.
You gaslighting me, motherfucker. That's fucking hilarious, bro. All right, kid. I love you, man. Thank you for coming on the show.
Nah, man. I thank you for having me, man.
It's been fucking great.
Word, man.
My G.
I appreciate it.
I'll see you soon, too.
I will.
All right, baby.
I'll see you on the sidewalk.
Yeah, I'll see you.
Plug.
Yeah.